Right, we are back. Shit game wouldn't let me take control from Tarzan. IRS LB44 won't let me join. Yeah. Sometimes this game just wants to fuck us over and we just want to have fun. Is what it is. Back to it though. Only wasted about 5-10 minutes, so hopefully you guys will get your setups on, get your strategies up when we get racing. No stress, no stress. Tarzan again left the session. That's surely not a game issue, that's surely... What? I'm not sure what's going on today. Bahrain last week was absolutely fine. Joe Killer Masterclass, come on Joe from Elite Game in there. Bigging up Joe in the Aston. But yeah, last week, round 1 for tier 1 and 2, Bahrain. Didn't have no problems. So I'm not sure what's going on this week. Maybe the cold weather is fucking with people's Wi-Fi's and the internet around the area. But no formation that. We got 5 lights. And for some reason Tarzan's car has just booted ahead, so that is another glitch. Not sure what's going on with that there, but we are racing into turn 1, and I think that's nearly 4 wide into turn 1. Everyone's trying to take it a bit easy, and that AlphaTauri must have done an illegal overtake, and he drove straight into the back of someone there. And there's a big pile up, and that is Gary out of the session, and I'm not sure what's going on with tier 2 today. I think that was just a messy start altogether. There's a virtual safety car this time. This is the official start, so as Gary says, fuck this game in the Discord. Tarzan has joined, and the game has somehow glitched him up to P1. Which effectively can't really happen. As we are back racing, and Tarzan is in the game, but he hasn't taken control of his car as of right now. Aaron Demir is still in the lead. Technically, he'll be getting past the AI any moment now. I think Tarzan's just taking it back actually. Yeah, he has. I think he started about P9, but this is fair play to him. I rate this. This is sportsmanship here, right here. Go now, go now, go now. Tarzan, go now. March, go now. Take P7, I'll do. I'll rate that, that's sportsmanship. Right, yeah, we are back racing properly now. There's been some big gaps there. Aaron Demir already 2.1 ahead of Kovacs. The Russian Burbs up to P3. Anur P4. Purple Delps up to P5. IRS LB44 got up to P6. He's up 6 positions. Remy's up positions. Oh, Tarzan's actually dropped down to P10 now. Not sure if he made a mistake or he done that on purpose. I wasn't on board with him. But if he did, fair play. But looks like he's racing all well now. 4 drivers into the pits, and that is Reesley, Super Skills, Marcy and Joe. Who have all jumped on to the soft tyres. But the race leader right now pulling away. New fastest lap, 1:31.5. Kovacs Milan trying to keep up with him, but not quite doing so at the moment. Purple up, hanging on to the back of Amur here. The IRS should be enabled, I think, next lap because of that VSC. Tarzan's already got past Remy, back up to P9. Breezy and DMB Super Skills. I think switching positions there. But yeah, it's got, because that VSC has spread the field out a lot. The Russian Burb must have made a mistake there because Anur right onto the back of him again. Clips the wall, does the Williams as well there. DRS is now enabled actually. So that is probably why Anur caught up. And we could be seeing an overtake into turn 1 here. If he gets to good exit. Which he does, and he's applying the ERS, and this is going to be possibly P3 for Anur, but the Russian Burb defending with his ERS, and Anur cannot get anywhere near him into turn 1. Tarzan getting past IS1 there, back up into P7. Next up for him is IRS LB44. Who has a big moment there. I'm not sure if it's glitching or he's having a moment. I really can't tell. Peppered up. I just dropped off the pace though. Just outside that DRS range from Anur and the Russian Burb. He's using the DRS to try to get back into it. He's on the hard tyres to be fair to him, so he's doing well enough to be close enough to them to get the DRS, which he does. I think the Russian Burb actually got the DRS on Kovacs Milan as well. Yellow flag, which is Joe Killer dropping down to P16, or I think he was P16, just having a moment. Needs a safety car for his race. The Russian Burb has got a bit of DRS to defend from Anur behind. Purple Burb did drop outside the DRS range. IS1 not looking for a move on Tarzan, more defensive from Rennie behind. He's looking real racy. There's a yellow flag. And why is that? Was that IRS LB44? I think it was. Yeah, I think it must have been. Yeah, he dropped back quite a lot from Purple Dirt there. We got Marcy making an overtake on DMB Super Skills, back up into P13. 20 laps to go, which is a long way in this race. And a long way for this strategy, as Marcy has a bit of a moment there. I think Eric had a moment as well actually. No he didn't, he boxed. Onto the hards, that was early. Unless he had wing damage, and he had to, that was a very early stop as Remy getting past IS1 there. Also looking at Tarzan. He is right onto the back of IRS LB44. This looks like it's going to be an easy move, as IRS LB44 is glitching all over the place. But no, it's not, because IRS LB44 is going to use the ERS to defend. Kovacs Milan and the Russian Burb side by side. Kovacs just defending the position, as the race leader is now 3.5 seconds up the road. We got a Noor as well, all over the back of the Russian Burb. 5 lap old hards against the 5 lap old mediums of the 2 cars ahead. A Noor with a lot more ERS as well here. We've got about 30-40% more ERS maybe compared to the guys ahead of him. It's getting all pretty tight. The Russian Burb running up to the back of Kovacs Milan. Here comes Anura though as well. Could be a double overtake here. They're flying along. Not quite. Kovacs Milan just shutting the door on the Russian Burb. But I think this is about to change, because here comes the Russian Burb with DRS and takes the position up into P2. Nothing Kovacs Milan can do about that one. While these 3 are fighting, this man here is just flying along nicely. What happened to Ice 1? He dropped back a few positions, as I think Tarzan's finding it hard to get past IRS LB44 because of the tyres, because of the glitching. So he's having to lift a lot. They're 11.2 seconds behind the top 5. And now Remy's using his DRS to try and have a look as well. The Russian Burb starting to pull away a little bit from Kovacs Milan here. He's got the DRS though to bring him back. But I think the Russian Burb has got a bit more pace at this moment in time than Kovacs Milan on the same tyres. But this man here is looking racy. Especially on hards. He's looking very racy. And that is IRS LB44, who's ghosted right now. I'm not sure what's happened. Must have been some sort of collision. And he's still ghosted. And I think he's got Wi-Fi issues. I think that is clear to see. Does Kovacs Milan lose the DRS this lap? Or will he stay within it? He's dropping back. A Russian Burb pushing along. I think he's just about done it. Where's the detection zone? There it is. I think he's just about done it. No, he didn't. Kovacs Milan just getting back to the inside of the DRS and saving himself one more lap ahead of Anura. And these guys are really getting close now. IRS LB44 draining his DRS within lap 8, as there goes Remy up the inside and he gets the job done. But now IRS LB44 will be coming straight back with the DRS as well. I think there was a bit of contact there. Who got the detection zone? It was Remy. These three are battling out big time as Remy dives into the pits, and I think he's had enough of this little battle here. Kovacs Milan still holding off Anua. He dropped back big time there. Must have had a moment. As this is costing Tarzan massively. And he's run wide there as well. There's a battling in the background between Outlaw, who gives his position back to IS1 for 8th and 9th. He had a flag for some reason. I think James went off. Remy rejoins in P14 behind DMB Super Skills, Reesley and Marcy. As Tarzan backs off and allows IS1 and Outlaw to take the position, maybe a tactic to take the DRS, or he's just backing off on purpose, not sure. They're still battling out, yes they are. Outlaw takes the position from IS1. Tarzan dives into the pits. Onto the hard tyres. Going for that undercut to get rid of IRS LB44, I'm sure. Here's still P6. Running along nicely, but is 17 seconds behind the top 5. I think he's just looking for some decent points. These three are still battling out in the same positions as they were. I think that's about to change because Anua gets a great exit. He's applying that ERS and the DRS, but he's not fast enough in the straight. Must have more downforce than the guys ahead of him. Kovacs Milan this time coming back at the Russian bird to the outside. And the Russian Burb's going to try to outbrake him. They're side by side into the turn 1 and 2. Kovacs Milan sort of pushes him wide onto the curb. Gets the position and allows a newer pass as well. Outlaw closing up to the back of IRS LB44. A move going around the outside of Kovacs there in one of the most unusual overtaking places on the track, as we got a bit of action in the pit lane. IS1, James Gardner, DMB Super Skills, Reezy all into the pits. Oh, does Tarzan jump IS1? No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Because IS1 has just binned it straight into the wall. And he's going to have to come straight back into the pits to get that wing changed. I'm not sure what just happened there. Here, IS1. DMB Super Skills with a 3-second time penalty. 1 of 3. Outlaw, IS1 and DMB Super Skills. Anua is draining his ERS. He wants to get away from Kovacs Milan and the Russian Burb. Outlaw getting past IRS LB44, who has the DRS and flies straight back past Marcy P18. P8, sorry, not P18. 15 seconds behind Outlaw, trying to close up to them, but he dives into the pits, which will be a fresh set of mediums, I'm presuming. Those hards. Jumps into the hards. Will rejoin P14, I believe. IS1 is out of this session in the pits, I believe. I'm not sure what just happened to IS1, but that is both McLarens out of this race. Must have been in the pits. Kovacs Milan dropping down to P4. Marcy rejoined P11 as well. I thought he was going to get out behind DMB Super Skills, but just about didn't. As IRS LB44 is literally glitching everywhere. It must be so hard for Outlaw to try and make the move. The Russian Burb dives into the pits from P3 onto the hards. As you can see on the left hand side by side action. IRS LB44 up the inside of Outlaw. So the Russian Burb going for the fresh rubber, trying to go for the undercut. 12 laps to go. Ooh, Russian Burb making a mistake. That could cost him. That could cost him a chance for the podium. That small little mistake there. We got Reezy and DMB Super Skills side by side. 2 at the back of the grid at the moment, 12th and 13th, trying to make them way into the top 10. They're not too far behind it either. Also got James Gardner having a big mistake, and that's going to allow a bit of contact there from James. Don't think he was expecting Marcy to come flying past. But Marcy gets the job done. Back up into the top 10. IS1 leaving the session. 16th and 17th DNF both for the Constructors champions of last season. James Gardner with a 3-second time penalty as he's hunting down the back of Marcy right now. Outlaw into the pits. Tarzan's got past him, so at the moment he's doing just about enough to undercut IRS LB44. He needs to push a bit more, I think. Doesn't want to take too much of that curve though. Top 4 still out on track. Purple Up has gained some time here on these fresher hards compared to the mediums of Kovacs Milan, who's staying out. And he's possibly going for a softs here, medium to softs. If he's done 15 laps on the mediums, why can't he do 10 laps on the softs? Which most drivers did at the start. We've done 9 or 10 laps for soft runners, so it is doable. As we're on board with Purple Dirt. Gaining on Kovacs Milan. At this moment, he might be dropping out of the podium because the Russian Burb is gaining time, but he won't be gaining time if he does that. And who's that round? That is Joey Killer. And that is a safety car, which has just changed everything. The top 4 get a free pit stop. Purple Derp has just gained himself a position on the Russian Burb. Oh, Tarzan's going to be gutted as well, because he was battling with IRS LB44, who was holding him up so big, and his undercut is now ruined. Unless he goes into the pits, race leader into the pits, along with Anur also coming into the pits. Might lose a position to Kovacs here. Oh, Eric's been lapped as well. I wonder if Elite can pull off the track and let Eric go past, so he can unlap himself. He needs to pull off the track by the time it's to mount to let Eric past. That's what it is. But I don't know if Eric will clock. Who's that behind him? That is Kovacs Milan up to P3. Purple Derp did get the Russian Burb, who dived into the pits. IRS RB44 with wing damage onto a fresh set of softs. Will he lose the position to Outlaw? Yes, he does. Yeah, so if Aaron Demir can just pull off the track for like 2 seconds, just let the Aston Martin go past, and it might work, but if he'll do that, that's up to him. Yeah, first safety car of the race. Last season, we had one virtual safety car, which we had one virtual safety car up until this point, so not too bad. Let's just hope the rest of the race is cleaner, because after what we saw last week, there was a safety car, and I think straight after 2 or 3 laps there was another one, I'm sure, if my memory is right. Probably not, but interesting to see who picks softs and mediums. Nasty and hard, I'm not sure why. I'm really not sure why Nasty is in my hards. I think Outlaw was going to dive into the pits then for softs, but he changed his mind right at the last moment. Yeah, the top 4, that's it, they're putting away on the softs. I think safety cars should be in this lap. I think everyone might catch up. As Eric's letting everyone past. What he needs is a massive pile up, and the 4 cars ahead of him. Yeah, they have to get into the points. But James has just about caught up. There you go. So the safety car, I think, will be in at the end of this lap, and we will be back racing. Yep, there we go. Safety car in this lap. And the race leader can back the pack up at his own pace and prepare to fly off into the distance. This time he's got his teammate behind him, who was looking rather quick, stuck behind Kovacs, Milan and Russianberg. So if it changes now, we shall see. But Aaron Demar doing the right thing right now, backing right up, so the safety car dives into the pits and he can fly off when he wants. There he goes, out of the final corner. Looks like a great start. Nothing Amur can do there. Into turn one. Kovacs purpled up on the softs as well. Can they now push along away from the rest of the field? The Russian Burb, fifth. The Outlaw behind him. Bit of contact I think there between IRS, LB44 and Outlaw. Marcy as well on the hards. Will struggle here to keep up. Takes a lot of curb there. Here comes Remy around the outside. Can he get the job done? I think he can. That's a great move by Remy if he can get that done. No, he can't because there's a bit of argy-bargy while Reezy goes off track, having contact with Tarzan, who's got sandwiched by the both Alpha Tauris there. And how there's not contact there, I do not know. Well, that was super close. Let's go back up to the top. Comes Amur. He keeps putting out the slipstream of his teammate. Oh, the race leader's run wide. And after leading this race till lap 18, he's just absolutely ruined his whole race and gifted P1 to Kovacs Milan, who's got past Amur somehow there as well. Wonder if Aaron stays out in case there's a safety car. Because the way everyone's racing at the moment, there probably will be. Nope, he hasn't. We also got James retired in the pits as well, so Eric is going to be up to P12 as Amur runs wide onto the curb. That's going to allow Purple Derp up the inside. Side by side action. Can he get the job done? What a move from Purple Derp. Doing what Remy couldn't. And now he's hunting down Kovacs Milan for the race lead. Purple Derp could take the championship lead after this, to be fair. He got a second last race. The Russian Burb is currently P4. Oh, that's going to be super close. Outlaw taking a position from the Russian Burb. The Russian Burb is starting to fall off a little bit. IRS LB44 under pressure from Reezy. As the Russian Burb getting back past Outlaw. I think Tarzan and Marcy are going side by side. All the way through turn 1 and 2 there. Who's going to give up the position? No one. Tarzan takes it though. Marcy dropping down to P9. He's going to have Rennie all over the back of him as well. As Tarzan runs wide. And that rejoin was really unsafe. He was so lucky there he didn't collect someone. Loses the position to Remy and DMB Super Skills, I think. Side by side. Up into the top 10. James Gardner leaving the session. As we currently have 5 drivers out of this race, 5 laps to go. Who will win this one? Who was that? Outlaw. Must have made a big mistake there, I think, because he's dropped so far back. DRS should be enabled, so type it up. Could be taking a race lead here. Into turn 1, does he go for it? Sets a new fastest lap. Not quite close enough to get the job done there. It's a lovely exit though, to ride on board with Anur, who's just sitting behind at the moment. I think he's saving his ERS, waiting for the right moment to challenge both of these guys ahead of him. He's a lot quicker through the slower sections of this track, is Anur, as we got Outlaw into the pits. Must have got damage. Jumps onto the softs. And that is running out the session. Will it be a safety car? I think it's too late now. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Is it too late? Remy's retired on track. He must have done. And that is Marcy out of the race as well. Not sure what's happened to Marcy. That is a safety car. And that does change everything. Again, we was doing so well. Up to lap 16, 17, we was doing so well. IRS LB44 into the pits. DMB Super Skills into the pits. Tarzan into the pits. Outlaw into the pits. Eric's gonna get points as well here. He's a lap down, but he's gonna get points. Just gotta finish this race, which is gonna be a hectic ending. It really is. Purple up on the fresh softs. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap. I'm sure it will. Or at the end of lap 23 maybe. No, this lap I think. But everyone's bought for softs. Except the Russian Burb, who nearly runs into the back of Anur there. Didn't expect to be that slow through that corner. As we wait for the drivers to catch up. Now one more time. I thought it was going to be safety car in this lap and then 2 laps of racing. But it's going to be safety car in the next lap. As the Russian Burb decides he wants a fresh pair of softs. And gives up track position to be P9 with a fresh set of soft tyres. Which is a bit bold. Bit of a ballsy move. In 2 laps you gotta make a lot of overtakes to get back up into that podium. The drivers are all on softs above him. can Kovacs Milan hold on for the race window? Or can Anur purp it up, Reezy, anyone behind him, challenge and take it? Outlaw and DMB super skills are a bit ruined here for their 3 seconds. Safety car in this lap. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout to the end. Kovacs Milan doesn't want to go too early because of that safety car. He wants to let that safety car dive into the pits, otherwise he will get that rev limiter. Safety car now in. When will he go? He's waiting till right to the end. And he's finally gone. Reacted pretty well. Purped up as well. IRS LB44 is already up the inside of Tarzan, I think it is. Gets a 3-second time penalty though for multiple warnings. I think that was actually Outlaw. Who's that gone wide? Oh, IRS LB44 has run straight into the wall. And that is his race over. Kovacs Milan defending at the moment. So is Anur from Purped Up, who takes the position away from Anur, who spins into the wall. I'm not sure if he got damage or not. But he's lost 2 positions because of that. And he's falling back into Outlaw as well. IRS LB44 leaving the session. DMB super skills up to B6. The Russian Burb side by side with Tarzan into the corner you do not want to be side by side into. There's going to be no DRS by the way. So these guys have got ERS to battle it out with. That's it. Kovacs Milan running wide. That's going to allow Purped Up the inside into turn 1. They're both draining their batteries. Purped Up's backed out of it. How have you backed out of that? He's got a better exit. Side by side onto the last lap. Everyone's within DRS range here. But there will be no DRS this lap. It's going to be down to slipstream and ERS. Who can be the cleanest? Outlaw with another penalty. That's him to P8. Noah jumping back past him. But we need to go back to the race lead because there's 3 drivers that are currently battling for it. Who's got the most DRS? Purped Up already draining his battery. I think, yeah, he needs to wait for the next corner. We're into the last straight. After this corner, Purped Up opens up his battery. Kovacs Milan defending. But here comes Purped Up around the outside. And yeah, Kovacs Milan's going to get penalty points for that because he's just ruined that completely. Kovacs Milan, I don't know what he was doing there. Reezy is going to take the window for the first ever time. He's going to be a winner in IRS. Followed by Anur, the Russian Burb, somehow does get back up to P3. And yeah, I don't know what to say about that ending. That was horrendous. Yeah. But just run through the final classification. As Reese takes maximum points in the AlphaTauri, I think there's going to be a madness in the stewards room again. So let me just run down to the bottom here. Just like that. Just like that. And I'm going to say see you later because there's nothing even talking about that's worth it after that. Peace.